Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today's focus of conversation is on mental health. In the conversation on mental health, I want to talk about the things you didn't know that can help you stay grounded. I admit this is important because there are so many of us who have so many roles we play. We have so many things that we're doing in a given day, in a given week, and it can be hard to get back down to earth. It can be easy to just be stressed out and to the point where we don't even realize how stressed out we are unless we're taking the opportunity to really check in. And so I am someone who enjoys being busy. I enjoy having a lot of things to do. I enjoy my attention going into different buckets, but the reason why I can do that and maintain a high level of activity and productivity and not burn out is because I really do recognize that there's such importance in staying grounded. You can be busy, you can be doing everything and anything, but if you're grounded, you don't have to worry about spiraling out of control. So I am a high-strung person. I've mentioned this a few times on my channel. So being grounded was one of the first things that I needed to learn when I thought about how I cultivated some of my emotional intelligence, how I kind of gave myself the opportunity to not only manage my time effectively, but also manage my energy effectively, keeping myself from spinning out, from spiraling, from catastrophizing, as well as from burning out. And so I've been able to get a lot done, do a lot of things, experience a lot of high intensity situations and not burn out because of these tactics that enable me to stay centered and to stay grounded. And I'm here to share those with you now today. I have three core methods that I use, and then I'm gonna break them down to some smaller pieces, and hopefully they're helpful to you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that enables me to stay grounded is to let things go. In fact, I'm so good at letting things go. There are some things that I probably should hold on to a little bit longer so that they have a final resolution, because I find that I give a lot of passes because I recognize that I don't have the energy to hold on to things for a very long time. So I do a really good job of letting things go, like letting things slide off my shoulders, letting things slide off my back. Like I am pretty good at not holding on to stagnant energy and at holding on to energy that doesn't serve me. And so energy that doesn't feel good, that doesn't make you feel doesn't give you energy, doesn't make you feel motivated, that's not energy I care to hold on to. And so I let that energy go. And so that enables me to take my time and attention, my energy, focus it on the things that I love. And so when I think about the kind of energy that you never want to hold on to, that can have a really disastrous effect on your perspective, on your mindset, on the way you see yourself and the way you see the world around you, I think these are things that can create bitterness. Anything that could make me feel bitter, I've experienced some hard things in life, I let those things go, I forgive and move on, because I don't want to be a bitter human being. I don't want bitterness to take root in my spirit and just shift and change the way that I personally engage and navigate in the world around me. I think that's the best gift that I can give myself, is a gift of staying who I am, staying true to my core, regardless of the things that I've endured in life. And so I've really done battle with bitterness to make sure that I don't allow myself to ruminate to such an extent that it shifts and changes just the way that I see the world around me. I can have bad experiences, but it doesn't need to color my perspective entirely. And the only way that I can mitigate that is to be away from bitterness. And that also translates in how I deal with resentment. My focus is really on packaging resentment off and dealing with it, right? Dealing with the issues that create resentment, that create contempt, not allowing the things to fester. And the same with guilt. I think that guilt is a very unnecessary emotion. I don't believe in guilt. And the way that I navigate it is if I know that something's going to make me feel guilty, I know myself well enough to know what actions, if I were to engage in them, would give me a high degree of guilt. And I just would rather not engage with those actions. I think that I love myself. I'm aligned enough that I wouldn't engage in an action that would create guilt in me. I like to align my actions and behaviors to my values so that I don't feel guilt-ridden about certain things. And so guilt is something that even if you do something, forgive yourself, let it go, and hold yourself accountable to doing better. But these are some of the first few things that I feel can really be a hinder on your ability to stay grounded, to stay centered, to feel good about yourself, to feel motivated about moving forward. So let things go, let things flow. The second one that I want to talk about is perspective. Perspective is everything. Remember, reality is 10% what happens and 90% how you perceive it. So I'm a big framer and reframer. I am someone who likes to reframe things in a way where I can deal with it. I can navigate it. I've got this. I am in control. And so my reframing is very, very intentional, almost to the point point where it's on autopilot. Like if something happens, like I'm immediately looking for the kind of frame that enables and empowers me to deal with that situation. And that has enabled me to deal with situations that even like at first glance, I was like, well, this is far beyond my ability or my realm of expertise. But when you shift your perspective a little bit, when you reframe, then it enables you to feel confident about how you move forward. And so reframing can be my priorities. I can reframe my priorities in such a way where I feel like, hey, like I have a lot of competing priorities, but I can manage it. I can deal with it if I frame it like this. And sometimes it takes a few iterations, a few tries, but reframing will help you figure out like how you carve out your time to align to all of the things that you recognize are priorities for you. Not sweating the small stuff. And so like the barometer for whether it's small stuff or not is if it's going to matter to me in 5 years. If it's going to matter to me in 5 years, then it's probably something that I need to address. If it's not something that's going to matter to me in 5 years, then I don't give myself a lot of bandwidth to like spend time on it. It's like, well, I need to figure out a way to address it, or I need to just let it go because like it's a small thing and I have too many big things that my energy needs to go to for me to dwell on it. And last but not least, I think that it's always important when we think about perspectives to think about like, how can I grow from this situation? Like anything that I am going through, any circumstance, any interaction that is stressful, that is a bit uncomfortable, that is a conflict in and of itself, like I'm like, how can I grow from this? Like how can I grow through this? Like what do I need to learn? Like what tools do I need to adopt so that this is less arduous? I'm always thinking along those veins, and some situations are not so easy to resolve. Like they take some time and effort, but I find that that's something that I'm happy to rise to the challenge because it's growth, right? Like when you're in a situation where like the answer is not obvious, that is the situation that enables you to grow. So that's the situation that I myself would gravitate towards, of course. And last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about the hidden element that enables me to stay grounded, and that's my lifestyle. I think my lifestyle, more than anything, enables me to stay grounded. And when I think about my lifestyle, I think about the people in my life. My person, he makes me feel so grounded, so secure, and he centers me in a way that I haven't been able to personally do myself in that period of time. Like just his presence is very centering and very grounding, and I love that for us. I love that for him. I love that for me, and I think that it's why he's my person. I think I'm so high-strung, and I can be chaotic energy from time to time, but it's just not possible in his presence. And so I recognize that the people that I find myself gravitating towards are the kind of people who help me feel centered, who help me feel grounded, who help me feel capable, help me feel empowered. They're the kind of people who bring out the positive and empowering emotions and feelings that enable me to tackle my priorities, to tackle the things that matter to me. And I find that the more you align yourself to the people that put you in a state that feels good to you, and maybe like the state that feels good to you isn't grounded, maybe it's something different. For me, grounded is everything. Like it enables us to be so powerful. It gives each of us a sense of focus, a sense of clarity, a sense of fulfillment. And I find that focusing on being grounded, focusing on recentering myself, it gives me a sense of purpose. It gives me a sense of inner ability and capability as well. So I want that for everyone. I can focus on things that will enable us to feel grounded, to enable us to feel like we can accomplish the goals and dreams that we are pushing towards. And there are different ways to do it, but for me, like the things that I didn't realize were so grounding for me until I started to make the types of choices that really brought clarity to like how lifestyle really does play into whether or not you feel grounded. Lifestyle can be what gives you a lot of stress and anxiety. Lifestyle can be what makes you feel like you don't have everything aligned to the things that you want. You don't have your energy aligned to the things that you want in this life. So lifestyle is super important. Perspective is super important. A lot of what you are struggling with in your life can shift and change with just a change in perspective. It doesn't necessarily mean the circumstance needs to change. I think your perspective about the circumstance needs to change, and that can be enough for you to feel grounded and feel centered in your day. And last but not least, like letting things go. It's just so important to give yourself the permission to let things go. Let everyone off your hook, and you'll find that you'll have more energy to focus on the things that mean most to you regardless. So those are the things I want to talk about today. Some food for thought for you. If I have piqued your interest, then we do host live events at least twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our website. So definitely be sure to check those out. Now these events are paid events. So if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I do suggest that you take a look at one of our package plans. Yes, so we do offer package plans over and above our live events, as well as access to webinars and workshops, largely focused on self-mastery over and above these events. And so we also do provide parent-child workshops. These are digital online virtual workshops that enable you to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in your children. We have 4 key modules focusing on cultivating self-concept, autonomy, self-efficacy, and compassion, building the leaders of tomorrow, cultivating that critical thinking and that character development that we need so much as as we see the way the world is evolving, right? We need more people to make an impact, to make a change, and why not start here and now? And so that's the focus of today. If you're still here, then definitely leave us a like, follow us. We are on the road to 1K, and every follow really does help. It gives me a sense that like I'm doing something and contributing information that is of value to you. And I look forward to chatting with you all very soon. We'll talk to you later.